Where do we go?
Come here.
Say it, spit it out. What is it exactly? Your pain is the amount cleaning you out. Am I satisfactory? Today I'm thinking about the things that are deadly. The way I'm drinking you down, like I wanna drown, like I wanna end me. Step on the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Cannibal class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end me. I wanna end me. I wanna end me. I wanna. What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Listen.
Keep you in the dark. What had you expected? Me to make you my art and make you a star and get you connected. I'll meet you in the park. I'll be calm and collected. But we knew right from the start that you'd fall apart, cause I'm too expensive. Your talk would be something that shouldn't be said out loud. Honestly, I thought that I would be dead by now. Calling security, keeping my head held down. Bury the hatchet or bury your friend right now. The debt I owe, gotta sell my soul. Cause I can't say no, no, I can't say no. Then my limbs are frozen, my eyes won't close. And I can't say no, I can't say no.
Careful.
Step on the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Cannibal class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end me. I wanna end me. I wanna end me. What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Careful.
Step on the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Cannibal class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end me. I wanna end me. I wanna end me. What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Welcome back. I'm Margaret Parrish, and you're watching TFL News. Inspired by Hillary Clinton's brave side boob moment on the National Mall today, we're starting a new segment called #GirlBossCorner, where we tell you about some fabulous girlies who will inspire you to unleash your inner she-e-o. Our first featured lady is a fierce momtrepreneur. This week, she earned a Michelin star for her new avant-garde style of cuisine. In her home kitchen in Greenwich, Connecticut, Karen combined fish and rice into an exciting new culinary technique she's calling Sue-She.
Isn't that just appropriation?
Appropriation, innovation, girl boss.
Okay, but sushi has centuries-long history.
Everyone, meet my girl boss co-host, Gia.
I asked you to not call me that, please.
Now back to Alex with sports.
King about the mud, push it, go to conflict. Going hard, hit him with it, hurts, kill him softly. Bone stretch, trying to clear my mind.
Okay. Hi everyone. Y'all like my pants? Yeah. Thank you. Every semester I stay on this godforsaken campus. My pants just get bigger. And I don't like to say that I'm spicy straight. I think that's by erasure. But I do think that if I was on a TV show, the fans would be mad I was queer-coded. You're telling me she's wearing those pants and is in TFL comedy and isn't even a little bit bi? Come on, that's not realistic. Yeah, but part of me wishes I was gay, and I know that's a really privileged thing to say, but every day on this campus, I feel like I'm offered just a buffet of Spanish tapas. Just beautiful, special, unique dishes served in little hand-painted clay trays. And every day I turn that down for a 7-Eleven hot dog. The ones that just spin under the heat lamp all day. It's delicious. Oh yes, I have never kissed a Republican. Thank you, but I have fucked a centrist. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know what's worse. At least with a Republican, you can have like crazy hate sex. With a centrist, how is spineless motherfucker gonna break your back? How, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna make love to you, but he's also not gonna spit in your mouth and call you a dirty little socialist slut. He's just gonna stand there, stick it in, wait a while, and he'll say, why can't we all just get along? Oh, but at least he wasn't white. He was not white. All men are trash, but if you're gonna date one, it might as well be a man of color. Oh my God, trash of color. That was the joke. When I was on Tinder, I would swipe right on all the Asian guys. Even if I didn't find them attractive, it was just in solidarity. Because it's hard out there in a PWI. It's hard out there, and it's especially hard out there for Asian Americans right now. So the least I could do is match with them and not message back. Up until recently, I feel like I have experienced racism light, TM. You know, like, I feel like I'm like Goldilocks and I got this perfect bowl of porridge that's just perfect temperature. I just had the perfect amount of racism that I could use any Asian bitch's ID to get into the club. I could write in my Common App that in second grade, these kids called my lunch weird, and then a nice white lady in Tufts admissions will let me in. That kind of perfect racism. And now it's like, what happened to the original plot of the movie? It used to be like, oh, you are Asian. You must be really good at violin. And I'd be like, yeah. Oh, you're Asian. You must be pretty good at math. I could be worse. Boom! I just punch your grandma! Whoa. We're doing what now? I just feel like everything's going too fast. I didn't have time to like lower my mile time, and my pepper spray is still in the mail, and it's just all going too quickly. What's next? But the worst is when bitches will post hate crime footage on their Insta story like it helps. And it just creates the worst tonal whiplash. It'll be like a sweet old IE just getting fucking clocked, and you'll tap, and it's like drinks with the girls. Yeah, I'm sorry this wasn't a particularly funny way to start the show. But if I'm being honest, I was crying after the Atlanta shootings, and instead of making an appointment at CMHS, I wrote this stand-up set. So I'm sorry you had to participate in this involuntary one-way therapy session, but just know, if you didn't like my set, you're a racist misogynist. But at least you're not a homophobe.
Came about the mud, push the dirt up off me. Going hard, hit him with it hurts, kill him softly. Bong stretch, trying to clear my mind, even smokeless, hopeless.
Hey, bestie!
Bestie, hey, I'm so glad we could do this.
Me too.
I haven't seen you in
Forever.
a long time, but yes, forever.
Oh my gosh, I have to catch you up on this guy I've been talking to.
A guy?
Yes, a guy!
Oh my god, how'd you meet?
Hinge, but like, I feel like I've known him my whole life.
That is so sweet.
I know. Except sometimes I don't know how to respond to his texts. Like, I don't want to seem like too much, or like too clingy, or too bitchy. And he's also like really adventurous, so I don't want to seem like a weird virgin.
Girl, you are a weird virgin.
I've given like 2.5 hand jobs, so I'm like half a virgin, okay? Anyways, can you help me respond to this text?
What did he say?
Okay, he said, I want to take you to dinner.
Uh-huh.
And then to a movie.
Yes! Uh-huh.
And then I want to take your fingers off your hands, slather them in buffalo sauce, put them on the grill, and eat them. Isn't that like so weird?
Alex, you can't agree to that.
OMG Max, I know, I won't. But like, what if I just said like, maybe later? Would that be like too much?
What?
Like, am I being annoying?
No!
Okay, you're right. I'll just say, I don't let people eat my fingers on the first date. So he thinks I'm like super chill. OMG, he responded.
What did he say?
He says he wants to put it in the butt.
Well, that's very forward, but not as weird as the fingers thing.
Thanksgiving stuffing?
What?
Thanksgiving stuffing. He wants to put Thanksgiving stuffing in my butt, then call me bad little turkey, then roast me and serve it to my family and friends.
What the fuck?
I know, right? Kind of soon to want to meet my family and friends.
No, you gotta call the police.
OMG, you are being so not chill right now.
Alex, I'm serious. You block him right now.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Only for you, bestie.
Thanks, bestie.
OMG, I got another Hinge match.
Ooh, what did he say?
He says he'll pay me $10,000 for a bag of my teeth.
No.
Aisha come through in the Dior mini skirt. No bra, no panties, no time to flirt. I'm busy collecting gifts from a daddy in Connecticut. Checking stores, there ain't a thread that I couldn't get. Stone top, tits peeking out. Party ain't hot till the cheeks is out. Can't go another round, boy, squeeze it out.
Do you guys ever meet those people who you think, oh, you're totally gonna get divorced one day? Well, apparently people do think that, because I was recently told that I'm a future divorcee. And at first I was like really offended, but then I felt bad about being offended because, you know, I'm not a child of divorce. It's not my place. But I am a child of people who should be divorced. They just never went through with it because neither of them wanted full custody of me. But, you know, my parents have taught me a lot about relationships, mainly that being in a relationship is hard work. And that's kind of why I just want to have a sugar daddy. But the problem is with my looks and personality, I'd be really lucky to land one of Somerville's many recently divorced dentists. Anyways, that comment like really got me thinking about my future and what my life's gonna look like. And I think really my main 5-year goal is to make enough money to pay for a boob job consultation. I don't need enough money for the whole boob job, just the consultation, because I really want to just go in and have the plastic surgeon tell me that my tits are already perfect. I think it would be like really good for me to hear it from a medical professional as well. But you know, the boob job consultation is definitely more of a long-term goal, and with graduation looming, I had to think about my immediate future and ways to better myself and whatnot. So I decided to make a list of things that I should know by now but don't. First off, I don't know how to use a can opener. Okay, the physics of it confuse me. Also, every time I have to write an MLA heading, I have to reference a previous paper I've written because I can never remember whether the professor's name or course title comes first in the order. I also don't know how to roll joints, but that's just because I'm pretty. But most importantly, I don't know how to sit on someone's face without like breaking their neck. Yeah, I've had a lot of sex. You'd think I would have figured it out by now. That's right. Okay, I'm a slut and I'm bad at sex. We exist. Anyways, I got one last story for you guys. Recently, I really had to pee, and my only option was a public restroom, but the line was super long, so I briefly considered pretending to be pregnant so I could cut in line. But then I was like, no, Sana, you're not that morally depraved yet. But then I thought about it some more, and I'm actually like really similar to a pregnant woman in that my back always hurts, I secrete a lot of fluids, I throw up really frequently because growing up my mom told me that the worst thing a woman can be is fat. So, what, no laughter? Yeah, you know, health's an ongoing journey, guys. Yeah, health, it's an ongoing journey. At least that's what I tell my therapist when she's looking like a little chunky. All right, that's it.
I want to create a website that encapsulates the whole college experience.
Mark, you're probably going to be a very successful computer person. But you're gonna go around thinking that girls don't like you because you're a nerd. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that that won't be true. It'll be because you're an asshole.
People want to go on the internet and check out their friends. I'll build a website that offers that.
This is an idea that could be worth millions of dollars.
Millions?
$1 million isn't cool. You know what's cool? $1 billion.
I'm talking about taking the entire social experience of college and putting it online. Which clubs are meeting where and at what time? Is Tusk giving out succulents in the campus center? Where's the link to the Jabuki guest speaker event? How do I request a reimbursement?
If you were the inventors of Jumbo Life, you would have invented Jumbo Life.
He's wired in.
I'm sorry?
He's wired in.
How about now? Still wired in?
I'm breaking up with you.
Is this real? Erica, wait, don't go.
I have to study.
You don't have to study.
Why don't I have to study?
Because you go to Tufts.
Welcome back to Hashtag Girl Boss Corner, where we take a look at the Wonder Women of history. This week, we're turning our attention toward a topic us queen bees know very well: marriage. Born in Blue Mountain, Alabama, this week's Hashtag Girl Boss never settled. After suffering through 4 deadbeat husbands, she decided to make her own mark on the world. That's right, this week's queen bee is Nanny Doss, America's favorite serial killer.
Our queen of the week is Nanny Doss?
Well, it was between her or Margaret Thatcher, and I don't know which is worse.
Wait, why was it between those two?
Hashtag 50 Shades of Soleil. Now, let's look at where Joe and Kamala are walking to this week. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine, and today I'm going to introduce myself by saying 2 truths and a lie, except I tell you the lie because audience interaction stresses me out. All right. 1, I own crystals. 2, I brew my own kombucha. And 3, I cried watching the Bright Eyes First Day of My Life music video. So think about it in your head. Don't say it out loud. Think about which one the lie is. Give yourself a moment. So the answer is none of them are lies because I have the microphone, so I make the rules. And to prove my first point, I brought some tangible evidence. I brought my crystals. So yes, I do in fact own crystals. This one is the orange one. I'm gonna hold it up close to the camera. This one is the green one. Very nice, very shiny. So I don't actually know what they're called. I got them because they're pretty, and pretty things are empowering. Why do you think people buy Glossier? You know, it's the same logic. So by now we're used to introducing ourselves, like, you know, with those icebreakers. But what I think is a more efficient thing to do is to ask one question, which is, what did you do in your free time as an 8-year-old, and are you now gay? So I think most kids are like playing games, watching TV, internalizing gender roles, like, you know, normal stuff. And, you know, of course I did all of that as well, but to answer my own question, in my free time, I was abnormally active on Yahoo Answers, and I think I was more gay because of that. So when I was 8, I had a pet guinea pig, and this relates to Yahoo Answers. I'll tie it together in a moment. I had a pet guinea pig, and I changed its name like on a daily basis. So on Mondays it was Miss Piggy. Halfway through the week it became Rebecca, and then on Sundays it was Mary because it's the Lord's Day. Because I had this guinea pig, I felt like I knew a lot about rodents. And so after school every day, I would log on to answers.yahoo.com and answer people's questions about rodents. So I would spend hours under the rodent subsection of Yahoo Answers. And a lot of the questions were like, what should I name my pet rat? And of course, I was like an expert in naming things. Sometimes they would talk about like diseases that their pets had, and I would just Google the symptoms and like copy paste the answers. And I remember this one time, as an 8-year-old, I was reading these questions, and one of them was, is it fine for a man to own a pet hamster? They're considered girls' pets. And the top answer was, no, it makes you gay. And from that day on, I knew I wanted to major in gender studies. So thinking about that now, I am really glad I made that decision. Gender studies has been an important part of my life. It helps that I've been attracted to almost all of my gender studies professors. But also it has some tangible real life applications for me. So for example, in freshman year, I was dating this man, And I broke up with him immediately after reading Compulsory Heterosexuality by Adrienne Rich. So it's a little bit niche, but if you've read it, you will understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, gender studies has been important. I'm kind of forgetting what I'm saying here. Oh yeah, I just want to end by acknowledging that they're closing Yahoo Answers forever on May 4th, 2021. And somehow that feels homophobic to me. But there will be more digital spaces like that in the future. So yeah, looking forward to that.
It happened again.
I thought it was behind me, but the dreams came back.
I was up all night. I can't eat. I can't sleep.
What's wrong?
It haunts me.
Nothing. Abby, not this again.
I forgot about it for years, but then I remembered that the prestigious liberal arts institution Tufts University used this for their SMFA logo.
Like for the School of the Museum of the Fine Arts in Boston?
Yeah. She just typed SMFA, highlighted it, clicked the drop-down menu, selected Arial, picked some quirky millennial color scheme, and I mean the M. The M. You've seen it. Like a thoughtless child pulling tissue after tissue at the testing center.
And you're concerned because...
Because it's supposed to be for a school for art? And it's so ugly! And she just got away with it? This woman, this professional graphic designer, was it laziness? Was it cruelty?
You showed me this before. I don't even think it looks that bad. I like the colors.
The colors? It's not enough! And now, here I am doing what I vowed never to do. Standing outside her house, hoping to catch a glimpse of her. To see her do her little things, live her insane little life. I think about it every time I see that logo.
Where do you even see this logo?
The SMFA shuttle? That's pretty much about it.
Oh my god, are you okay?
Have you seen the SMFA logo?
Yeah, it's modern but classic, quirky, and fun.
The M!
What about the M?
I know what you did! I know what you did!
Welcome back to hashtag Girl Boss Corner. Today, we're telling you how you can sport your very own girl power merch. Eternally 23 and She Is Inside are both launching new clothing lines with slogans that show your female power. Like this funky t-shirt. And you're supporting a great cause when you buy from these lines because they're all made by young female entrepreneurs. Just look at those rising stars go.
Is that a fucking sweatshop?
That's all for today on hashtag Girlboss Corner. Next up, hashtag Thumbs Down with Kirsten Cinema. Stay tuned.
I know you think that I shouldn't still love you. I'll tell you that.
Hey guys, I'm Tess. First of all, I have a Yahoo email address. I just want to put that out there. I didn't realize it was a big deal until I started applying to jobs and someone was looking over my resume and was like, a Yahoo account? Like, ugh. What are you, 13? So I'm really upset that Yahoo Answers is going out. That's gonna be tough on me. Anyway, I cut my own hair, as you can probably tell. Just recently I was like, I need to feel alive, and so I just did it. I put it in 2 ponytails. No one told me that they have to be even. And so I just like, you know? And I felt good about it, you know? I was feeling really confident. I was like, hell yeah, sexy. Every single person who I showed it to was like, oh my God, I know how to cut hair. I can fix it for you. And I was just like, okay. I was feeling good about it, but if you insist. Someone decided to fix it for me, and they were like, wow, you cut it a lot shorter in certain places, so I'm gonna make it even at the part where it's the shortest. And so now I look like a sheep, and it's fine, because hair grows. And I was going for a sexy thing, but now I feel it's cutesy, so I just leaned in. It's fine. I'm from South Carolina, by the way. Yeah. A lot of people apologize to me when I say that. They're like, oh man, like that's rough. And sure, South Carolina does have the 49th most smartest state. And there's some like supremacy that happens, especially when I came here. People who are from like LA or New York would all establish this weird like sub-dom culture where they were like, oh, you're from the South? You poor baby, like you don't know anything about sex education. And I was like, yeah, I don't. And they were like, oh, show us what the lowest common denominator is, you dumbass. Where's the G-spot, you little piss baby? I was like, I don't know, but I'm here, so let me live. You know when straight boys like are eating a bag of mixed nuts? And they're like, I love nuts, no homo. Personally, I've never in my life experienced someone sexually referring to testicles as nuts. And I don't think it would be hot if someone was like, yeah, put my nuts in your mouth or something. That's just, you know why that happened is because they look like walnuts, testicles. They're round and they're wrinkly, and if you bite into them, someone's gonna scream. I like to take 6 p.m. naps, but I have like a therapy appointment scheduled at 6:30. And so when I take my like absolutely dead to the world naps at 6 and wake up at 6:30, just like impressed with my sheets on my face and like bleary-eyed, and the therapist is like, how are you? And I'm like, great, just woke up. It's like hard to make them believe that you're actually okay. I found. But I am, I'm good. Anyone here self-conscious? Yeah. Woo! Nice, cool. I remember the first time I started feeling self-conscious. Over the course of my high school experience, 5 different teachers all slept with students. And not one of them was me. And like, I wanted good grades too, you know? I would have done literally anything. But I guess I wasn't like good enough or whatever, so. Anyway, that's what I've got. Thank you so much.
Still love you, I'll tell you that.
Lavender Lamborghini, roll up in a blue bikini. Bitches on the beaches looking super cute and freaky. All my friends are princesses, we keep it whipped and creamy. Ice cubes on our tongues because we like to keep it freezy. Lavender Lamborghini, get out on the right side. Chauffeur stayed at home because my girl wanted to ride. Licking laps and tasting plush, I'm feeling so alive. Wanna take it to the highway, come on,
We are
let's
now
go
on
for it.
Tufts campus, Dragon, the wagon. Stay tuned for more. Amelia, how does it feel to be in the wagon?
It feels great. I'm loving life.
It is fun. There's some fun noises that accompany it. Feels sustainable. It is.
It's part of my bag.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Were you popular or unpopular in high school?
Popular.
How are you so sure? In high school, were you popular or unpopular?
No.
Tell us more, expand.
You want me to? Okay. Well, I was a theater kid.
Was Liza popular in high school?
No. Yes.
Was Jessica popular in high school?
Yes. No. She wouldn't know. She wasn't popular.
I don't know.
Do you want to roll down the hill a bit, or is that dangerous? What do you want to order?
I think an oat milk iced latte. I'm feeling kind of crazy. Can I just get an iced oat milk latte, please?
Have you guys ever had a customer order from a wagon?
I think this is a first.
Cheers. 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 Get in our wagon! Okay. So you gotta race to see who blow their nose, get in and out fastest, and whoever gets in the wagon first. Welcome to Dragon a Wagon! Please introduce each other.
This is Vivek Krishnam. He's from New Jersey. He's on a dance team. This is Deepan Garadia. He's also from New Jersey. We're also on the same dance team.
Ready, split, set, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! You got this!
Yeah!
Dance your way there! I'm just gonna... Now, to our special correspondent, Tess.
I think, you know, when you're 2 young men and you see 2 young women asking you to do something for them, such as run competitively, you're gonna do it.
Go! 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 Dance! Dance! Yes! A minute and 51 seconds!
Oh, hello. 'Tis me, the wagon. Look at my parents, Moni and Mandy, as they drag me through the streets of Tufts University. They lift me up when I am down, pulling me through all of life's trials and tribulations. They're supportive and encouraging, and I don't know what I would do without them. Oh, look at me go. I'm happiest when I'm being dragged by my... Oh, how dare you say that about me? They will never understand what it's like to be a wagon. All they ever do is drag me. Why not love the wagon?
Oh, fuck.
Bitches know they can't catch me. Cute, sexy, and my ride sporty. Those slugs know they can't catch me. Beep beep, so let's ride. Bitches know they can't catch me. Cute, sexy, and my ride sporty. Those slugs know they can't catch me.
Yeah, yeah. The wagon, hey, hey, the wagon, hey, the wagon, hey, hey, the wagon, hey. This is a rap, this is a trap to get you in the wagon where it's at. And once you're in, this is gonna begin, the beginning of everything. Dragging a wagon out. Oh, she's twerking in the wagon.
bitches know they can't catch me. Cute, sexy, and my ride sporty. Those slugs know they can't catch me. Beep beep, so let's ride.